angels, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. For all my new subscribers, hello guys, my name is Christina. You should know the drill by now. I want you guys to make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up because yes, this has been very requested and I think you guys might have thought that I forgot about you, but I have not, okay? I know that you guys have been super interested in all the additions that I mentioned from my It Girl video. So this is going to be how to be the It Girl mental health edition. Very, very important. But before we get on into the video, I want you guys to make sure that you're following me on Instagram over here. Also make sure that your post notifications are turned on so you're notified every single time that I post. And also, as you guys know, my podcast comes out every single Wednesday, so make sure you're looking out for that. And if you would like to speak with me personally, make sure that you reach out to me via Wizio, which will be in the description box below. Now, let's get on into this video. So number one, we're gonna talk about nourishing your mind, okay? This includes going to therapy if you need to go to therapy. Now, angels, this video is very, very important. I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not. If you're a squad, a team, whatever, okay? You would know that I always emphasize the importance of your mental health. Not only is this super significant, but it is fundamental to your evolution as a quality queen. If you want to be in the quality queen university, okay, this is the only way to go. You have to always approach things from a sound mind position, having that awareness, having that understanding of why you do things. And how do you do that? Sometimes having, an external opinion by a professional is the absolute way to go. I'm very vocal about the fact that I do have a therapist myself. I use BetterHelp. I do have an affiliate link with them. It's up to you whether you choose to use that or not. You can also use their service on your own as well. But I offer that to you guys because it is something that I truly, truly believe in. And everything starts with your mind. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how much money you acquire, even your appearance. Like if you do not nurture your mind, you don't have anything, okay? So this also includes journaling, meditation, and even books that help you on your journey. Whenever you are a grateful person, I genuinely do believe that it is simply not possible to be negative if you are grateful. If you stop and think, and this is actually a tip that I learned from a book that I read called The Magic, which you guys know I have been talking about for quite some time now. It's just not possible. And I've been tested by this myself, I had a bit of a tough week, really rough sort of sleeping schedule. And I realized I found that when my mind was idle, that I was, kind of thinking about certain things and my thoughts were kind of spiraling. And then I realized hold on, let me interrupt these thoughts right now and think about what it is that I'm grateful for. And when you're searching for good, you're gonna find it. And that's kind of the point of the exercise. So, number two, understand that self-care is not selfish, okay? If you are someone that needs to take breaks on social media, please do that. All right. I myself have taken a social media break before. Before I started this channel, whenever the case is, and you guys also know me, okay? I have taken my fair share of breaks on social media just because I feel like I understand how important it is to take care of myself, okay? That very much includes social media, all right? Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, sign out, delete the app, do what you need to do to protect and nurture your mind. Sometimes when we're in a sensitive state, in a vulnerable state, the last thing we want to see is, maybe other people living lives that we may perceive in the time that's, it's not attainable for us. When you're in a sensitive and vulnerable place and you're filling your mind with all of these things, you're taking on all this foreign energy, essentially, you are making yourself prone to feeling things that are negative emotions that can make you just feel worse. So honor how it is that you feel and understand that Instagram will be there when you get back. I took an entire year off of uploading to Instagram at a time in my life. And it was honestly the greatest thing ever. Like, I did not really miss it really at all. And it felt so good to have that like boundary of understanding like, all right, I don't have to go on social media to do this and to do that. Next, you want to set boundaries, okay? Stop saying yes when you want to say no, okay? You need to prioritize how it is that you feel, okay? You need to prioritize your sleep, okay? You need to listen to your intuition, all right? And do things without guilt. I cannot tell you how important this is, angels, okay? Yes, very, very important if you want to learn how to be the it girl. You need to do things without guilt. If you say no, the answer is no. That is all, that is it. And no is my explanation for some things. And I understand it is a practice, all of this, right? It's a practice and it takes time to implement, but it's very important to practice this. The earlier you start, the better. The more comfortable you get with saying no and meaning it, okay? And I've mentioned this in a previous video. When you actually do say yes to things, you know that you're doing it from a good place and a genuine place. You know that you want to. Whenever you do something begrudgingly, okay, you're not going to be living in alignment with yourself at all. And when I say to prioritize your sleep, yes, this is very, very important because given the fact that my sleeping pattern has been pretty bad for the past couple of weeks, retrograde, please leave, please go. And I hope that's the cause of it because I have no idea why else it could be. It affects your daily routine. When you wake up in the afternoon, it's not really the most motivating thing. I mean, at least for me personally, I don't really feel like, yes, I'm ready to conquer the day. It's now 1 p.m. You know what I mean? At least if you happen to sit in your bed at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., it's like, okay, if I sat in bed for an hour, it's like 9 a.m. still. But if you're in bed at noon, okay, you're just getting out of bed. Next thing you know, it's 1, 2 o'clock and the day goes by so much faster. So understand that self-care looks like saying no to a party that you genuinely do not want to go to because your friend wants you to go so bad because they don't want to go alone and you don't have time. This means not spreading yourself thin because guess who has to deal with the collateral damage after? It is you. Number 3. I need you guys to understand this principle that life is meant to be enjoyed, okay? If something interrupts your peace, let it go. I have learned the older that I've become to pay attention to what brings me peace and to what I feel. Like you have to be very sensitive and yield to your intuition. What I feel like is bringing me chaos or sensing any sort of resistance in my interaction with people, okay? The older you get, you want a peaceful life. You don't want to have to deal with, oh my God, every time I like hang out with this person, I come home, I feel this way. Oh my gosh, I'm in this relationship. I don't think we understand the gravity of the fact that a lot of the things we do are choices. You're not victims of our circumstances, okay? We can get in the driver's seat. It may not feel like it, but there is always a way out of something. Like my shirt says, right? I got this. You got this, all right? You are totally capable of saying no to certain things and saying, listen, I'm going to choose myself in service of having that peace, okay? As opposed to choosing chaos, staying in this dynamic. This is temporarily soothing my ego. This is not serving me in the long run, okay? This just feels good right now, but I need to let this go. Anytime something, someone interrupts your peace, please let it go. Number 4, I think it's important on this journey that we communicate to others how we feel and tell them what's going on. This is a simple conversation. I implement this in my own life. I know, hey, I'm going to have a super busy week. And it always happens like that, right? It's like that when we're super busy, it feels like the world is just like caving in and all of a sudden everybody needs your attention, or you feel like you are needed and kind of pulled in like a million directions. Like that's how it feels. Trust me, I understand that and I get that. But when you let people know what's going on, I let my friends know, hey, I'm going to be busy for X amount of days so that you guys know if I'm not active in the group chat or you don't hear from me, This is why. Or, of course, my friends, they know my patterns and things like that by now. They know the difference between how my behavior is if something is wrong, and they'll check in, or me communicating to them, hey, X and X is going on, yada, yada, yada. The reason why I think that this is important is because if you don't let people know what is going on with you, like what are they really left with? And it's important because this is going to cultivate support and community around you. That way that people have the understanding and the sensitivity to either nurture and help and be a support, system to you on this journey of, trying to achieve, emotional stability and regulating your emotions and nurturing your mental health. Open up the floor, have that discussion with your friends and your family, your loved ones, so that they understand and know what is going on with you and the path that you're on. And lastly, number 5, this is huge. I want you guys to practice compassion. Let it go, let it flow. Oh, let it go. I love that song. Understand this, people, they project, okay? They take things personal, okay? Be so committed to your journey that you don't take things personal. Because why? A lot of people do. You know what they say, right? Ignorant people get offended by any and everything. Fundamentally, as human beings, we do not like what we do not understand. Right? So considering that fact, if someone is determined to misunderstand you or write you off and demonize your character or whatever it is, let them, okay? Whoever knows more should be the one that's doing better, okay? Like I said in my last video or one of my recent videos, always respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. That has always been fundamental in my life, where it's like, one, I understand not everything deserves a reaction. I also understand a baseline of human psychology. I understand that a lot of the times people do project, and it often has nothing to do with, me or you even as an individual. It's all just things that, different people bring out different sides of ourselves. And as you evolve, you realize that the certain things and emotions that people bring out of you are sometimes or most of the time just things that we need to actually work on and fix within ourselves, because there's a reason why that's triggering that emotion, that sort of mindset. Because I personally believe that we are destined and supposed to live a life of peace and harmony. I also want you guys to remember, this is very important. This whole thing is important, okay? Don't try to kid yourself. I've learned this very recently, that when the circumstances align for people, their minds are subject to change. And guess what? That is okay. You will learn that as an adult. When Justin Bieber says, I will never say never, that right there is it and that and everything. When you say you will never do something, even though sometimes you really actually might never do something, life tests you with that never. Like, oh, yeah, you said you'll never do this? Well, how about that? You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh my gosh, like you'll say like, oh, I would never wear, white after Labor Day. And then maybe you didn't do laundry that week and the only outfit you had left happened to be that white outfit. So maybe you didn't have a choice, or maybe you ended up going to a party and that happened to be an all white party. And it's kind of just like, okay, well, technically you said you would never do that and you get tested by that same thing. Maybe not the best example, but you guys understand principally what I'm talking about. For instance, even people like making certain decisions, someone can say, I would never move to this state for any reason. Why would I do that? But the circumstances align. They fall in love, they got a job opportunity, and next thing you know, they're living in the exact place that they said that they would never actually go to. What I find is that you need to be okay with those decisions, because you need to ask yourself, why does that bother you? Why does someone else's decision with what they're doing with their life, even if their mind is constantly changing and vacillating, I understand how that can be uncomfortable, but ask yourself, why does this bother me that this person changed their mind? Okay? People are doing the best that they can according to their level of consciousness. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Having that baseline and understanding means that you shouldn't take it personal. If someone says, hey, I would never move here, and then you see them living there, That doesn't mean all of a sudden they're a hypocrite. You can't trust anything that they say. It just simply means that, hey, clearly their mind changed and something happened in their life that the circumstances aligned and that caused them to change their mind. And be okay with that because it has nothing to do with you, okay? When we actually think about people and the decisions that they make, really actually think about the narcissism, essentially, that has to come with thinking that you are so involved in someone's life that they're making decisions actually based around you. What that actually means is that you make decisions based on other people if you're feeling like people are doing that around you, because that's really all that it is. It's honestly really a projection. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy, and that is also circumstantial. For the most part, that's really all that it is, okay? Watch how you speak to yourself and how you speak with and about others, because it's all connected, okay? It really is true. You have to watch out for certain things. There really is no such thing as like constantly always worrying about what everybody's doing. Because after a while, you become a super opinionated person and you're finding yourself connected to what other people are doing all of the time. And that is not healthy in any capacity. It's not healthy for us mentally, okay? It consumes us. It takes up too much energy to always be involved with like what this person's saying and what that person's saying. Like it doesn't matter. And how you speak with yourself and to yourself, watching the dialogue, your internal dialogue is fundamental to your mental health. Why? Because I've said this a million ways till Sunday. People that are super critical or hypercritical of others are extremely hypercritical of themselves, okay? That's usually characteristic of people that are going to, say anything in anger to like hurt you because their objective is just to win this little argument instead of just actually stating the facts and leave it as that. These are also going to be the types of people that are going to be very vengeful and vindictive because these people hold on to grudges and they don't know how to let things go, which also means they can't forgive themselves of certain things. When you're someone that forgives yourself, and that's actually the hardest person to forgive, yourself or ourselves. The hardest people to forgive are ourselves. With that being said, you're going to project that onto others. Oh, I can't believe so-and-so did this. Or if you're someone that you have a problem with people changing their mind, it's probably because you feel like I'm always so decisive. How can anyone not know what they want to do? I get that. I get that you could feel that way, but you have to allow space and compassion, right? For people to be who they are going to be. Everyone is on a different plane. Just because you might be ready to elevate and maybe other people in your life aren't, it doesn't mean that you are so much better or whatever. It just means, hey, maybe this needs distance and maybe they'll be inspired by your journey along the way. That is how you lead by example. You always want to cultivate that compassion for yourself and it's going to transcend into others, okay? I promise you. So with that being said, that is the end of this video, angels. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Do not forget that you got this, okay? I got this, you got this. Do not forget that I love you and God loves you and I'll see you beautiful angels in my next video. Mwah.